Hey, Wholeness, a brief viewpoint here on why I explain to people, or how I explain to people, why if you have a pet cat, you should not let it go out into the wild. Easier solved altogether by not getting a pet cat. I love cats as long as I don't have to take care of them too. So I'll just tell you my biases here. And the biggest thing I'm surprised about this whole issue or view is how I have an emotional charge around this. I mean, I haven't had a cat since I was a kid. It's just weird that I would have an emotional charge. And the other people I share this with, most people that are, they have an emotional charge against it. And I don't understand. It shouldn't be that way, I don't think. It doesn't seem like we're just talking about views here. But I guess when it comes to killing or ideas people have that they don't want to let go of too. So disclaimer, I'm totally open to being wrong, being corrected, and changing my views. I'm not clinging tightly to this one. So the whole point is non-harming, right? And self-responsibility. So first off, if you have a cat, that's nice. It can help keep company, like a support animal, and just give it a home to live in. So I get that. I also see where if there's a neediness or need to kind of control another animal or have dominance over another being, that's another thing. Ideally, I feel it should be kept inside the house and fed cat food, right? That's what cats do. But if I let it go outside and I know that it's killing, and they kill for sport, they'll bring things back, they're not eating it, and they don't have to kill to live. So yes, they are both predatorious and they can be tamed too. So if they can be tamed and kept from killing, then, and the owner, so to speak, I guess, the one taking care of it, I feel has a right and responsibility to not let it roam around and kill things like songbirds. Sometimes songbirds are protected. Baby rabbits, mice, they're usually kept around to kill mice and rats. So, that's where most people get hung up, because they see one animal and they don't like it. They like another animal. And so it's convenient to have one other animal do something you normally wouldn't do, right? Normally wouldn't go out and kill something you don't like, but hey, it's convenient to just let another being do it for you, right? So I don't think we should kind of entice another to kill or turn a blind eye when we can prevent it very easily. So that's my feelings and view on that. Now, there is some compromise. I mean, maybe if you are really responsible and watch the cat when you let it out to make sure it won't kill, then that will send a signal potentially to critters around that, yes, rats and mice do carry disease. I get that. So maybe if you watch the cat really closely every time you let it out in the wild, then it will be enough to frighten off the rodents, but also protect their lives as well. So you're not responsible indirectly for killing them when you don't have to. That's basically my viewpoint on it. And it's not always as clear and cut and dry as that. And there's caveats, and there's real life situations that are going to come in here that don't apply to this. So I understand that as well. Oh, and one of the other arguments is, it's in their nature. They kill, they're predatorious, so you're inhibiting their true nature. To me, it doesn't really hold up, because a cat is not like a natural critter that I know of. There's been, and I could be wrong about this, bigger cats that have been bred down deliberately over time to become smaller. I'm sure there's some natural cats that are smaller, but my guess is, that's all it is, speculation, is that they've been bred down deliberately. And what is the intent to doing that? It's basically to show human superiority over another being, to capture and keep in captivity a wild animal that has now been tamed, and for one's own enjoyment and amusement for another life form, or to eventually produce life forms for that purpose. Maybe that's a little bit of a stretch. But to me, saying it's in their nature, you should let it kill, that's different. I mean, if it has to do that to live, that's one thing. But if that's optional and it doesn't have to kill to live and survive, that's another thing. To me, it's like saying maybe it's a little bit extreme analogy is, psychopaths, it's in their nature to kill. You can't change them. So who are we to say we should get in their way of their real nature, course, some people might say, no, it's not their real nature. Something's happened and they've become that or whatever. So maybe it might not hold, but I wonder. I think that's about it for the main arguments I come in contact with against this.